When my parents left me out of Thanksgiving, I created an unforgettable celebration. My parents decided to exclude me from Thanksgiving, but I had already orchestrated a grand holiday for 23 guests. When they saw the pictures, their hearts sank. I had purchased a stunning villa on the French Riviera, a secret I kept from them. Their realization of what they missed changed everything. The message came as I finalized my holiday plans. Honey, your father and I think it's best if you sit out Thanksgiving this year. We're aiming for a quiet gathering with Nancy and her family. You get it, right? Staring at my phone, a wry smile crossed my face. Of course, they expected me to miss yet another family event. Nancy, my charming younger sister, always took precedence with her perfect husband and twins. I'm alone, 33, and I've grown used to being the family's afterthought. The pattern was set early and never wavered. Nancy, 4 years my junior, was always the golden child. From her first steps, which my parents captured with more enthusiasm than any of my milestones, it was clear she held a special place I could never reach. Growing up, I watched Nancy effortlessly earn praise for achievements that would have gone unnoticed if they were mine. A B+ on her test meant ice cream and calls to relatives. My straight A's. A quick, nice job before the conversation shifted to Nancy's latest endeavor. The disparity grew stark in our teens. Nancy's high school graduation was a lavish affair with over 100 guests, gourmet catering, and a hired DJ. My summa cum laude graduation, a rushed dinner at a chain restaurant, cut short for Nancy's date. In college, the divide deepened. Nancy attended a prestigious private school, fully funded by our parents, while I juggled 3 jobs to afford state university. When I got into law school, their response was tepid. It's expensive, Aloan. Are you sure it's practical? Meanwhile, Nancy's third major change was met with encouragement and tuition support. The wedding gap was glaring. Nancy's $50,000 wedding 2 years ago, complete with destination parties, designer dresses, and a country club reception, was fully bankrolled by our parents. My engagement 5 years ago, a $3,500 check, and advice to keep it simple. The stress of planning a wedding on a tight budget while working 60-hour weeks at my law firm contributed to its collapse. Their relief at not having to contribute further was palpable. Even my career achievements seemed to exist in a vacuum. Becoming a partner at a top law firm before 35 was a dream most lawyers chase, enabling me to buy investment properties, travel, and build wealth. To my parents, it was just Eloan's job, mentioned briefly while they gushed over Nancy's parenting blog or her twins' preschool antics. When I made partner last year, a decade of sacrifices, relationships, social life, personal time, culminated in that moment. I called my parents, barely containing my excitement. Mom, I did it. I'm a partner. Their response, a flat, that's nice, honey. Can I call you back? Nancy's bringing the twins over. At the celebratory dinner they agreed to, the focus shifted to Nancy's twins within 20 minutes. My attempt to share the significance of my partnership was interrupted by a story about the twins' morning routine. I considered leaving mid-dinner but stayed, smiling through another hour of Nancy-centric conversation, my partnership papers untouched in my briefcase. Sure, Mom, enjoy your quiet holiday, I texted back, my fingers steady despite the ache in my chest. Their message solidified my resolve about the surprise I'd planned. 8 months ago, I bought a breathtaking villa on the French Riviera, keeping it from my immediate family. Its Mediterranean views and spacious rooms were perfect. The purchase was impulsive, but became my best decision. While in Nice for a legal conference, I stumbled upon the property during a coastal drive. Hidden among olive trees, the villa, built in the 1920s by a French entrepreneur, captivated me. Its cream stone walls, terracotta roof, and expansive windows framed the sea. The master suite spanned the 3rd floor, with a private terrace and spa-like bathroom. 8 additional bedrooms, each unique, could host large groups. The chef's kitchen, with restored vintage appliances and herb garden views, was a delight. Terraces cascaded to the sea, linked by stone paths, with an infinity pool blending into the horizon. The purchase was seamless, thanks to my legal expertise and the seller's appreciation of my enthusiasm. I furnished it over months, collaborating with local artisans to blend the villa's history with modern comfort. Every room told a story, from antique French dining furniture to vibrant kitchen ceramics. Paid for with my partnership bonus and investment returns, the villa was more than a vacation home. It was my declaration of independence, a space to create the traditions I'd always craved. The irony. My parents, who downplayed my success, had no idea their struggling daughter owned a Riviera gem. While my parents and Nancy lived in their bubble, I maintained close ties with our extended family. Aunt Celeste taught me to bake when Mom was busy with Nancy's recitals. Uncle Peregrine attended my law school graduation when my parents chose Nancy's baby shower. Cousins remembered my birthday and celebrated my wins. They knew about my career, investments, and travels. Unlike my parents, they cared about my journey. When I shared news of the villa in our family chat, their excitement was immediate. A villa in France. Room for everyone. The idea of hosting Thanksgiving there sparked joy. Aunts, uncles, and cousins, 19 in total, confirmed, eager to escape my parents' Nancy-focused gatherings. The enthusiasm was infectious, with family members planning outfits, activities, and French-inspired Thanksgiving menus. My parents' text about skipping Thanksgiving didn't sting as much as it might have. "Maybe you can come for Christmas if Nancy's schedule allows," Mom wrote. I didn't reply, focusing instead on preparations. The villa staff ensured perfection, guest rooms assigned, menus curated, activities planned. I hired a concierge service for airport transfers, a chef blending French and American cuisine, and a photographer to capture the memories. Private vineyard tour, cooking classes, a yacht cruise, and kid-friendly activities like garden treasure hunts were booked. The Thanksgiving menu featured herb-roasted turkey, chestnut dressing, fresh oysters, and local wines, blending traditions seamlessly. A week before Thanksgiving, Mom called. "Eloan, I hope you're not too upset about Thursday. Nancy's twins are fussy, and your dad doesn't handle chaos well." The irony wasn't lost on me as I coordinated 23 guests. "Don't worry, Mom. I won't be alone," I said, watching the villa staff set up the terrace. "Oh, plans with friends?" she asked, her tone dripping with disbelief. "Something like that," I replied, ending the call as Aunt Celeste and Uncle Leander arrived, marveling at the villa's grandeur. The days leading up to Thanksgiving were magical. Family arrived from Chicago, Paris, New York, and Florida, each reunion filled with awe. Aunt Celeste gasped at the chandelier-lit foyer. Uncle Peregrine's teens ditched their phones for the gardens. Cousin Alara's kids claimed the grounds as their playground, while Great-Aunt Lysandra, 83, declared this Thanksgiving historic. The villa fostered unity. Conversations flowed across generations, laughter filled the air, and I felt valued in a way my immediate family never offered. The welcome dinner, with its French Mediterranean menu, set the tone. My toast, to family, the ones who came, drew heartfelt cheers. Thanksgiving morning buzzed with excitement. The chef's quiches mingled with turkey aromas as kids played hide-and-seek. Nancy texted, "Happy Thanksgiving. Mom asked me to check if you're okay alone." I glanced at the bustling villa, Aunt Celeste arranging flowers, Uncle Peregrine teaching Boole, and replied, "I'm busy. Enjoy your quiet day." The photographer captured every moment. Terrace dinners, garden games, and the feast's vibrant table. Mid-morning, Mom called, "Can you join us for dessert? Nancy's making pie." I stepped onto my balcony, watching the joy below. "I'm hosting lunch in France, Mom. My villa on the Riviera." Her stunned silence spoke volumes. "You bought a villa, why didn't you tell us?" "Why would I? You've made it clear my life doesn't matter." The feast was a triumph, turkey with local herbs, bouillabaisse, and wines paired perfectly. The sunset painted the sky as family shared stories, free of the tension that marked my parents' gatherings. My phone buzzed with their missed calls, but I ignored them, soaking in the love around me. The photographer's images, shared online, sparked a frenzy. Aunt Celeste's post, "A Thanksgiving to Remember," drew comments from my parents' friends, questioning their absence. Nancy called, furious, "Why didn't you tell me?" Mom's devastated. "Like you told me about the twins' birthday," I replied. "I built something better." The next morning, as cousins breakfasted on the terrace and kids played by the fountain, I knew this was the start of a new tradition. My parents' quiet Thanksgiving paled against the joy I'd created. Their regret was their own, but I had a family who chose me, and that was everything. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, Please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real life stories, get more experiences.